Hey reseller friends! Welcome to the latest edition of Seller's Corner, your go-to place for all things reselling. I'm Erin, content creator for Vendoo, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to create the perfect listing for Poshmark and other reselling platforms. Before I do, let me invite you to subscribe to our channel. We publish content every Friday, and it's all about growing and scaling your resale business, Vendoo product tips, and community updates. Here are my 6 seller steps for creating the perfect listing. First, preparing your item. Second, photographing your item. Third, utilizing the listing fields. Fourth, writing a description. Fifth, maximizing search engine optimization. And sixth, pricing. That's all you need to do. Step number 1 is preparing your items. Whether that entails polishing, sewing, stain treating, steaming, mending, fabric shaving, or deep hilling, do whatever it takes to make your items look the best that they can. Not only is that important to take flawless images, but also to deliver your items to the buyers in great condition to lead to satisfaction and return customers. Be sure that cleanliness is a top priority in your reselling business. We're thrifters and rummagers. We definitely have to be sure that everything is clean, sanitized, pristine, and ready to go. Step number 2, photography. Photographing your items. It's actually harder than it sounds to get good photos unless you're a photographer. But most importantly, what to photograph? Everything. I mean the front, back, inside, outside, top, bottom, tags, labels, SKUs, barcodes, features, accents, and any flaws. Every inch of your item should be photographed. Not only does this give your buyer all of the information that they need, but it also might protect you in the event of a dissatisfied buyer or a transaction gone poorly. If the platform that you're selling on offers video, take a video. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video must be 1,000,000. Poshmark and Depop at this time both offer video, and they give extra exposure to the listings that include a video. I use the app InShot to create my listing videos in square mode. Sometimes I even use it to create a slideshow of images just to provide more images to the prospective buyer. Buyers love video content. Try your best to take good listing photos. Honestly, lighting is the key. Whether you're using artificial lighting or just going outside or near a window to use the sun, good lighting will really help with your images. Also consider your photograph style. What are you selling? Are you selling hard goods? Will you use a light box and a flat lay? Or for clothing, you might consider a dress form, a modeled image, or a clear hanger on a wall. Be very cautious of your background to present your image in the best way that you can. Search engine optimization prefers a lightly colored, well-lit background, which is why so many resellers use that fairly boring background. Consumer-generated reports show that buyers prefer this as well. But not all resellers use a clear white background. A lot of resellers use props and different items to create a really cool and curated aesthetic. Consider what works best for your business model and what is most time effective. Don't forget the power of photo editing apps. I will link below my last Vendoo video about reselling photography, where I use some of my favorite apps to improve my listing photos. Step number 3 is to execute all of the listing fields on your item. No matter what you're selling or where you're selling it, there will be character fields and drop boxes that are required, and maybe even some that are optional. Fill them all out. Provide as much detail as you can in these boxes. On most platforms, these work within the algorithmic sequences to maximize the search engine optimization on the platform itself. So the more detail, the better. Yes, that means filling out all 350 of the things that eBay wants for every listing. Many eBay sellers will tell you that that's one of the keys to success on eBay. But that's true of all platforms. The more detail, the better. And if you're given the character field option to expose your item, take advantage. Expose it as much as you can. Step number 4, probably the most important, drafting your listing description. Descriptions are seriously underrated. They are so crucial to maximizing exposure and effectuating sales. If you've been watching Seller's Corner, you've probably heard me tell you before that you should photograph your items as if you don't have a description, and you should describe your items as if you don't have photographs. Take that to heart. When you read your description, you should be able to vividly picture your item and all of its features, flaws, colors, patterns, and details without having any photographs. Not only does this provide your buyer with all of the information they need and hopefully avoid the questions, but it also maximizes search engine optimization, which I'll talk about in just a moment. The perfect listing description has a strategic title, the brand, the size, the style type, the style name, descriptive adjectives, colors and patterns, the condition and any flaws, and measurements. In no particular order, having all of that information in your description provides such amazing search engine optimization. Here's a hint. Check out your item online at the brand or retailer's item if it's a modern item. Look at their description and use some of that information in your own. Step number 5, search engine optimization. SEO is so important in your reselling business. Some platforms only offer search engine optimization insofar as your item's title, such as eBay, for instance. Other platforms like Poshmark offer every single one of the 500 allowed characters as the opportunity to maximize search engine optimization. Remember, search engine optimization isn't just when you search on a reselling platform for an item on that platform. It's also Google, Bing, and the actual search engines. Try it out. Whatever shirt you're wearing right now, type in a cream flounce blouse. I guarantee one of the first things that pops up is a Poshmark listing that has the words that you searched. That is the beauty of SEO. Because of search engine optimization, every single word in your listing is a valuable asset to your reselling business. Make sure you include all the relevant detail that you can. That doesn't just mean trending keywords and hashtags, which you should include, but also just your basic info. While some might describe this as a pastel multicolor cardigan, I would list every single color. I would list purple, yellow, blue, teal, and pink. Reason being that anytime someone searches for a pink cardigan, mine will now show up, whereas otherwise it wouldn't have. I would also use trendy hashtags like pastel, rainbow, K-pop, and kawaii. A lot of that hashtag research coming right from Depop. But the point is that everything that you mention is important. It will all yield buyers. Even if they're not looking for your item, you've just inadvertently put it in front of their face. This is my personal sales strategy, and it really works well for me. Here are some of my favorite little SEO gem tips and tricks. Number one is to take advantage of colors. Like I just explained with my cardigan. If I have a dress that's kind of burgundy, maybe maroon or cranberry or wine red, I'll include all of those words in my description. I won't put them at the very top with all of my perhaps more important information because I don't want a 6th paragraph jumbled poem. I'll put them at the very bottom. I type the word tags and then I word dump. Just be sure that you keep your word dumping actually relevant. Second is what I call event keywording, which is exactly how it sounds. Where would you wear this item? Would you wear it to a festival or a concert? Would you wear it to the office? Is it business casual or business formal? If it's a dress, is it a cocktail dress, an evening dress, a girls' night out dress, a wedding shower dress, a funeral dress? Maybe not that last one. But the point is, people always search on at least Google by what to wear to certain places. Having those keywords truly maximizes your exposure. So think about that when you look at your items. My third gem is to consider the order of your words in your description. Rather than saying that these are vintage 1990s Levi shorts, I'm gonna switch up those words. I'm gonna say they're 1990s vintage Levi's because that way I have the words vintage and Levi's right next to each other. You can strategically be kind of a little wordsmith in your listings to truly maximize all that your listing space has to offer. Next is to include your item's measurements in word form. This definitely isn't necessary for everything, but think of how often people search on bottoms for a waist size or an inseam. If I have the words inseam 30 inches, rather than just photographing the item on the device or using a chart, that maximizes SEO as well. Lastly, don't forget to try to avoid emojis, especially in your title. Search engines do not register a lot of emojis. That's why when you look at certain web pages, you kind of see those distorted question marks. Just skip them. They're a waste of your valuable title space. The last step, number 6, is pricing. The last step when you're listing your item will require you to generate a price. Now, pricing is a science because you want to price low enough that you engage buyers, but high enough that you can account for your cost of goods, platform fees, and making offers and discounts as your platforms allow. I use SellHound, which provides me the comps of an item on multiple sales platforms, including Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Etsy, and more. Comps or comparables refer to the going price for your item. That means both active listings as well as sold listings, which both help you to project a prediction of what your item might sell for. Pricing again is a science, and you'll definitely get some experience in making adjustment and seeing how much engagement you get on your posts based upon the price. And that's it, your 6 seller steps for the perfect listings. Preparing your items, photographing your items, using listing fields, drafting your descriptions, maximizing SEO, and pricing. Don't forget to maintain your listings. After your items are listed, you will be required to answer questions, facilitate offers, etc. If you liked this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time, reseller friends. Happy listing!